Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS who rule well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Aina. The title of the video is Every Copyright Strike Was Just Another Snare for the Low IQ Retards. Basically, Esau Edom, trying to, accomplish hiding Israel, making the name of Israel be no more remembrance, right? Trying to stop the truth, right? All of that. And we're going to get into how a copy strike works because basically, when a video is copyright strike, the video gets sent to the owner of the copyright strike. And then that owner has to watch the video, see what the person is talking about it, and see whether, if not, they're okay with the fact that they use the video. So these dumb devils have helped to forward the word of Yahweh Bashim Shai by us making these videos, and then we shut down notification video, but we clicked on other videos, sometimes multiple videos, and what they did with their low IQs was send it to the other people to say, hey, look, they're using your content, don't you want me to copyright strike so I can take down their channel? But those people just said, no, it's fine. And those people started watching us, right? And that's why now they're having the same talking points as us. So that was another part to play in the word going now. This is Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords far from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord Yahweh shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them with his sore displeasure. Right. So we're mocking these devils, right? When you get the word derision, that we're mocking these devils, laughing at them, laughing them to scorn, just pretty much laughing at them because everything they're doing, just like I got these precepts here, you can't do nothing against the truth but forward, right? And they did admit, they said we should have never invented the internet, and the big reason why was because the prophets jumped on the internet, right? And now they try to take the next step, like I said, to do the copyright thing, but you're help forwarding the message by allowing those people to even consider the video, right? What it's talking about, what context is this person using? And mind you, most brothers open up these videos with the copyright, message, when you say, well, I can use the video basically, which why the hell do we got to keep doing that? And you already know, what's up. We got to announce the copyright strike thing every video. And you already know, that our content is not, we're not making no money or anything like that. We're doing it for educational purpose and things like that. But we got to say the copyright, it's these fucking devils. But either way, the message gets out there to these different people. Esau was trying to do something. I said, what is the purpose of you getting a copyright strike? He says a YouTube copyright strike happens when a copyright owner submits a valid legal takedown request for unauthorized use of their content. So once you get a copyright strike, it's a automatic thing where they're smart as AI, right? So the AI scans the video. And that's another thing, because I was asking AI, a while ago, whatever the case may be, who taught it the truth, like who taught it the scriptures, and it was saying that the prophets did, right? AI been analyzing the videos, the correct message, 100% truth since what, 2008, right? When our elder apostles got on the YouTube, right? The men of Great Millstone, right? The elder apostles of Great Millstone, and the brothers that have come in under their labors. So AI been analyzing the video, sending the copyright strike to a particular person that we may have copied their video from. That person had to check it out and see what we was talking about and decide whether or not they were going to submit a claim on it. And a lot of more times, basically they don't. A lot of times they don't. Even with my video, sometimes I see, oh, this was copyright, but don't worry, they allowed it type of situation I be seeing. Sometimes. So anyway, Says the process involves the content being removed, the creator receiving a strike, and the creator being required to complete copyright score. Okay. Right. So going to this one right here, says, how does someone know I used the YouTube video and then they gave me a copyright strike? It says copyright holders know you used their video primarily through YouTube's automated system, which scan every upload for matching content. A copyright strike is a manual legal request made by the owner after they are notified of this match. So the owner has to be uh, notified of it, and then that person has to put in, the request. I'm pretty sure if it's on YouTube, just click a button like, okay, cool. But they will check the video out, right? What do you check the video out? What are they talking about? Are they selling, or you check it out. So that's what they did, right? And that's why now they're using our talking points, without giving us the credit, because Esau is giving them the videos, right? Some of these people probably wouldn't even know the video was there until Esau said, "Oh, take down the page. Come on, give them copyright strike. Take it down. Take." Oh, Tom, they're not caring. Says YouTube Content ID, the automated system, automated scanning. When you upload a video, YouTube system scans it against a massive database of audio and visual files submitted by copyright owners. The match of your video containing a clip, song, or even a similar video structure to theirs, the system identifies it. Notification: the content owner is automatically notified of the match, including a link to your video, even if it's private or unlisted. See? So brothers got, some videos don't get uploaded, whatever the case may be. You might have, whatever the case may be, it's there. Talking about, whatever, but they still watched it, basically, or they still seen it, So, I just wanted to go into that. The elder brother Yashawamba talks about the third witness a lot, which is these the laborers, right? The working class. That's why Job 20, which I'll grab real quick, says that every hand of the wicked shall come upon them. All these people are talking about like the MOTB, the market of the beast, and things like that. Seem like they know, what's going on. I hear the brothers all the time, like they got to be listening to us, and hell yeah, they are. They got to be, because Esau sitting in the videos, like, yo, check this out. They use your shit. You should shut down their page. Anyway, this is Job 20 and 22. It says, "In the fullness of his sufficiency shall be disgraced. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him." Right, and you get this word wicked here. It goes into the word amel, right, which is the laborer, the working class individuals who been watching. Well, a lot of the podcasters now are the ones that was working that got fired, and they're listening now. And even now, we're using people's videos with a new influx of podcasters, and they're seeing the videos, and we're saying, yeah, the government is going to do this. The government is going to do that. Pursuant to prophecies, though, like this is what's going to happen because the Most High Yahweh Bashar Shai is making it happen. So they're understanding what's going on, and they see that it's the truth because it's actually happening. Even some people are starting to say, "What, I think those Hebrew Israelites are correct." I'm starting to see what they was talking about, because we do have the truth, the 100% truth from the scriptures, right? And Esau pretty much gave it to him, but we also gave it to him, right? Because we're out there on the streets, letting it be known. We're putting up, so many videos, right, night, day. I'm putting up now. Many brothers, I'm putting up a video now. Many brothers, other brothers are probably putting up videos now. Brothers are actually right now. It's Saturday. Some brothers are out. Doing they Saturday camp. All right. So the labor, the wicked, they're coming up. They're making the podcasts. They're against everything that's happening. They haven't been listening to the prophets, right? Watching all the videos, because these low IQ retards send it to them, all right, trying to stop something they can't even stop. This is Job 18 and 5. It says, "Yet the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be darkened in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down." So, they're in charge of how the YouTube is set up, and that it scans the video, sees the copyright, and it sends it to the individual, right? That's why the scriptures say Esau didn't think of the latter end. Let me grab that real quick. And he's not thinking about the latter end of it. He's thinking about, yeah, like I said, let's get it copyrighted, send us a copyright strike so we can just take the whole video down. Meanwhile, the people is watching it. So let me find that. All right, I thought it was Isaiah 47. Grab that real quick. So let me see this in the NLT right here. Let me grab this in the NLT. It says, start at 5, Isaiah 47 and 5. Oh, beautiful Babylon, sit now in darkness and silence. Never again will you be known as the queen of kingdoms. For I was angry with my chosen people and punished them by letting them fall into your hands. But you, Babylon, showed them no mercy. You oppressed even the elderly. You said, I will reign forever as a queen of the world. You did not reflect on your actions or think about their consequences. All right, so when this devil set this system up, he didn't think about the latter end of the fact that people will be seeing the truth, seeing him being exposed, talking about the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, and and everything else, right? The scriptures, right? The chariots, all of that. KJV says, and thou saidest, I shall be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, right? Which is the mind, neither did you remember the latter end of it. So he wasn't thinking about what comes after. It says AMP, and you said, I shall be a queen forevermore. You did not consider these things, nor did you seriously remember the ultimate outcome of such conduct. All right. Read that word of the BBE. It says, and you said, I will be a queen forever. You did not give attention to these things and did not keep in mind what would come after. Yeah, so they set the system up not thinking about what's going to come after the person listens to the video, right? Even the scatter, the sparkle, a speckled bird, a cake unturned, the scattered Israelites that could be out there making podcasts and things like that, not even knowing is hearing this. Scriptures say, the sheep hear my voice, right, and follow. Roughly paraphrasing the scriptures. So Esau, he fucked up, but he did a good job, basically. So Job 18:7 says, the steps of his friend shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. And this is nothing that he wants to forward. Right? This is something that he wanted to stop. Right? That's why I got Psalm 83. It says, for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walked upon a snare. Right? Because he wanted the name of Israel to be no more in remembrance. But this man is promoting it heavy, not even knowing. Even in mind you, I believe Bishop Nathaniel, because I mean you're at the point now where you're trying to control it. I believe Bishop Nathaniel was like sold out, probably most likely a cop. I believe he's a cop, and Esau is trying to use that, but at the same time the truth is still coming out. You know what I mean? So, but I mean, what do you expect from these low IQ retards? Psalms 83:1. Keep not thou silence, O Yahweh, Bashmi, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. But people being reminded every day by us, and also the videos being sent directly to people. Like, yo, check this out. They use your content. What you think about it? And their mind's like, I think I need to see what else they got to say. So I'm not going to copyright them. I'm gonna just let it keep going. So that's what's happening. This is 2 Corinthians 13:8. It says, for we can do nothing against the truth but for it. All right. And that's exactly is the exact trap that Esau Edom has fell into by trying to stop the truth from going out. Right. Blinded by his pride. Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Awashai concerning Edom. We have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh Bashim Awashai, an ambassador sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the cleft of the rock, whose habitation is high, that said in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? Right. And I doubt this is something that Esau Edom, considered the fact that he was sending these videos to get it, copyright strike, but the people were watching the video, right? Even I remember a story that Elder Apostle Torah told when he said, the men in the $1 billion suits pulled up talking about out of limousine saying that they paid billions of dollars to keep this information from us, right? And yeah, but now they're basically forwarding the information, unknowingly, and it's too late. It's already the information that's going out, so ain't nothing they can do, right? But I doubt they thought about that. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, said the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai. And even myself, I use videos from shoot, and we all do. And anybody that's giving good information that we can use to fill the scriptures all around the world, we use it, And each fired person is a new hired podcaster, right? With some new information, something they want to share, and in the location that they are, right? That's how we're watching too, watching the news, but watching these people that spread this information in different locations. We got what's happening in Australia, Canada, Hawaii. Remember the fires in Hawaii? Shoot, Russia, China, Taiwan, all over the place. We following people, and Esau's like copyright strike them, and then the people is listening, and they're seeing that it's the truth. All right, and you can't do nothing against the truth but for the truth. So pretty much that's all I had. I just wanted to, get on that point. Let me see what this is right here. I said every copyright strike was another snare for it, and I ended it, and it said the phrase every copyright strike was another snare suggests a tightening trap where each violation or alleged violation brings a creator closer to losing their channel and livelihood. And basically, it brought Esau closer, right? Because the message has to go out to the four corners to the earth, right? To the world. And that's exactly what he did, and Esau had a part to play in that by trying to stop it. But when you get those 3 strikes, though, you get a 90-day period, that you freeze on. But by that time, those people, especially if you're trying to eagerly search, you're gonna go to the next page, but let's go up another page instantly. You get the page take down, or it's on a a timeout period, whatever the case may be. We're just on to the next page, doing the same thing. And that's what has been happening since the 1960s, right? Since the 1960s, right now to this day, Elder Apostle Hart is making a video on his YouTube channel. And all it, the word went out basically. So anyway, I just, like I said, I just want to bring that out. Lord willing, you were edified from the lesson. Shalom to the host elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.